Thank you very much. Thank you.
If you could go in the middle, it would be good.
Okay.
Okay. And Dean Verzicelli, maybe next to us. Okay. Should we or maybe standing up a photo? Maybe just one photo. One photo. Okay. Okay, Dr. Buzek. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, if I could please ask everyone to take your seats. We are about ready to begin the awards ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, it is very much an honor and also a pleasure for me, on behalf of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy and the University of Siena, to welcome you here today. Today is a very important and a very historic moment, not only for the field of cultural diplomacy, but actually for the field of education. As you are all aware, for a long time with cultural diplomacy, religion and the aspect of interfaith dialogue was almost absent. It was very difficult for individuals in the world to learn about cultural diplomacy. There was very limited research, there was almost no teaching, and no degree programs. Thanks to the University of Siena, we've been able to develop some of the pioneering programs in the field where you actually can learn cultural diplomacy in the framework of MA programs as well as BA programs and very soon PhD programs. It's a very important contribution to the field. So I'm very happy that we can be here today really to celebrate, on the one hand, the academic progress that is being made in the field of cultural diplomacy, and most important, of course, on the occasion of today, the excellent work of the Honorable Master Liu. We are all familiar with the very important work of Master Liu, in particular in Asia, but more and more around the world, in terms of really bringing individuals together who normally wouldn't come together, in terms of trying to address the issue of interfaith dialogue and the contributions that faith can make, as opposed to the challenges very often that have come historically from religion and very often conflicts in religion. So we very much are grateful, Master Liu, for the work that you have done in the name of peace worldwide, and we're also very, very excited to welcome you to the academic community today with the honorary award which the University of Siena will be giving you. We see this as an important honor, on the one hand to pay respect for the important contributions that you have already done. However, also in a similar way you could say to the Peace Prize to President Obama, in many ways we're looking ahead in terms of the contributions that are yet to be made, in terms of also academia. We feel there's a huge contribution that you can make as a professor. We think there's a huge contribution also to this growing field of interfaith dialogue. So in many ways we are on the one hand looking back to pay tribute to the great contributions you have made, but very much also looking forward in terms of now in the field of academia and education, the contributions you can make. We are very excited to you teaching also the students. I think they can learn a lot from you in terms of these issues. And so for many reasons, today is a very important day for us from the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. I just wanted to say a few words of welcome. I'm now very grateful to have two of our most senior board members here together with us. Firstly, we have Dr. Erato Markoulis, who is the former Foreign Minister of Cyprus, one of the most prominent women in Cyprus politics, I think, ever, in terms of the work that you've done, and is also serving the role as Vice President of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. Dr. Markoulis has been very, very visionary in helping the Institute to expand and develop in the Middle East and abroad. So we're very happy to have you here. I'm also very happy to have Dr. Erhard Buzek, who is the former Vice Chancellor of Austria, also one of the most famous men in Austrian politics, someone who has contributed so much not only to Austria, but the entire region. And I think really it's true, Dr. Buzek, in terms of also peace. That has been one of the common threads throughout your work. Again, in the region surrounding Austria, it's been very, very influential. So I'm very, very happy to have you both here. And I would be grateful maybe first if we could invite some words of welcome and also comments from Dr. Buzek on behalf of actually education and interfaith dialogue. So if we could please give a warm round of applause for Dr. Erhard Buzek.
Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, it's always not Thank you very much. An expert sitting on my side. Ladies and gentlemen, it's quite an honor for me to be here present on behalf of the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. I think at this ceremony and the award to Master Yun Hong Lu, my congratulations for this being visiting professor, not only concerning in an academic view, but also very important to underline the efforts concerning cultural diplomacy, also in connection, which we are doing in a meeting now here in Rome on religion. Just some basic remarks. I think religion is extremely important because I think to answer the questions from where we are coming and where are we going, what is the reason what we are doing, which values are connected with this, and so on, is the basics of our life and our world. In the context of the current situation in the world, I think we have to say we are living in something like a global village. I think if you are living in a village, I think you have to know who is your neighbor. And it's not only to know the name of the neighbor or something like that. I think you have to have personal relations. Not prejudges, but I think a real feeling, who is he or she? I think I may name it empathy and compassion. Empathy, I think, to get who is it, who is she, what is he thinking, what is the contribution, what contribution can I do to improve the situation? And compassion means, I think, also to show solidarity. That's of extreme importance because the problem we have is not only bound to one nation or one city or one continent. I think it is a real global challenge in which we are living. And so far it's not only necessary to make institutions and frameworks and also treaties about conferences, global summits. I think it is a personal feeling. And this personal feeling has to be learned by education. I think that's the extreme importance of education in connection with culture. Sometimes we are saying culture is dividing us. For sure, there are the differences. But the difference makes life and makes the world colorful. And what we are liking is the difference by colorful situations we have by culture. But on the other side, culture is connecting us. I think there's a certain connection through culture, maybe in the direction of this global village I've already mentioned. And giving the award to you, Master, I think it is a sign that you contributed a lot and you are contributing by this of great importance. So far, I think we need a broader view in this, and that's your contribution. And many thanks to the University of Siena that they are showing on this side the responsibility of the academic level and of academic institutions. Because you have to know the universities in Europe were founded not as a national activity. I think there were in this time a European, that means in the understanding of the time in the past, an international activity, and they were quite in common. They were following the common rules, they had the same disciplines, they had the same way where degrees were giving and so on, and they had even the same language. So far, I think what we have to do is to create by universities the same language on the problem. For sure it's existing. So I'm quite honored to be present here, and for the Institute of the Cultural Diplomacy, I think it is a great help and assistance for the job we are doing to have some success in the service of the humanities in the world. That's a real key issue, nothing else. Thank you very much.
Please, Dr. Makulis.
Thank you very much. Let me also extend my warm congratulations to Master Lu for this honor, for this professorship. And of course, this is an indication of his contribution in the world for interfaith dialogue, but also in bringing people together. I was very inspired by his speech today at the conference. I think he gave a very strong message of partnership, of the need to communicate and the need to bring people together in order to have the ultimate good, which is peace. Let me also say a few things about the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy. And what is cultural diplomacy? Cultural diplomacy is being able to communicate and to exchange ideas, to exchange values, and to bring people together. Dr. Buzek said about the global village. We are in a global village, so we have to learn and we have to understand and we have to appreciate each other. We have to be able to learn the others' religion, culture, traditions, values, ideas. So this is extremely important for bringing people together, for reconciling people that are of different cultures and of different religions. And this is the way, this is the path towards peace, because this is what we want. We want to end wars and to bring peace in the world. Let me say also a few things about education. I see a lot of young people in this room, and it's extremely important to teach our youth from the primary school onwards about the value of respecting each other, of whatever religion, of whatever cultural background or ethnic background, to respect and to work together in order to bring to this world a more peaceful, a more humane world for everybody, irrespective of color, irrespective of creed, irrespective of ethnic background. We are in a common village and we have to work together. And I think that Master Lu has been doing this in an excellent way, and this is why today he's being honored by the University of Siena.
I would now like to introduce Professor Luca Verzicelli, Dean from the University of Siena, Director in charge of the first MA program in the field of globalization and cultural diplomacy. And as far as I know, this is the first time the University of Siena has actually given the distinction that will be given today to Master Lu. So we're very, very honored to have you here, and also we congratulate the University of Siena on taking this bold step and giving also the special honor to Master Lu. So if you could please give a very warm welcome for Professor Dr. Luca Verzicelli.
Many thanks, Max. It's a pleasure for me to represent the University of Siena in such a particular occasion, and having such a distinguished guest who's now going to be part of our faculty and be part of our teaching community. I think it's not only a pleasure for me personally, of course, but it's an honor for the University of Siena to be involved in a broader and ambitious plan. The University of Siena is a relatively small university from a very small town in Europe, but it has a long tradition. It is the second university appeared in Italy in the Middle Ages. If you see in the logo, there is a date, 1240. And of course, we are proud of this old age, not only because old institutions are normally considered important, but because it was among the first universities in the etymological sense, universitates, that means universe of knowledge in Europe. In fact, there's a group of universities in Europe, the Coimbra group, which is a sort of club of the most ancient and fully recognized universities covering the different aspects of knowledge. Of course, being part of such a club of important university is not enough. Challenges are different today, and as remembered by the distinguished speaker who spoke before me, living in a new dimension of the so-called global village, we need to change the shape of our universe of knowledge. And I think this is the challenge for all the universities, and the challenge, more broadly speaking, for the educational system, not only in Europe. In Europe, we did our best, and I think we are representing different countries of a system which is quite unified in terms of mobility of students. You may have heard about the Erasmus program and other programs helping the European young students to know each other and to study old and more modern programs all over Europe, but it's not enough. We need to, and I perfectly agree with what I heard before. We need to build a network of not only students and mobile students, of course, all over the world, but even a network of experts in education. And I think within this, the crucial role of international cultural diplomacy is a potential twist for creating a new momentum of new values, including, of course, the fundamental values of peace, tolerance, and living together in a better world. Under this point of view, we need classic academic knowledge. We still need a university professor, I do hope at least, but we need a strong link with the people, good-willing people, representative of civil society, representative of human and cultural power. Under this point of view, it's not only an honor, it's a big honor for the University of Siena to start our opening policy to the worldwide group of influential leaders in the field of global governance and cultural diplomacy, awarding Master Jun Hong Lu with the title of Honorary Visiting Professor of the Master I have the privilege to coordinate together Mark Donfriend at the ICD in Berlin. So this is actually my honor, but I would also remember that I represented the rector of the University of Siena and all my colleagues in the faculty of the master who unanimously decided to call Master Jun Hong Lu one of the professors of the Master in Global Governance and Cultural Diplomacy. Thank you very much.
And I would suggest that at this point, maybe we stand for a moment for the presentation of the award itself. And then maybe, Luca, if you could actually then read the text from the degree, we can actually present it officially to the Honorable Master Jun Hong Lu. So if we could maybe stand for a moment for the official presentation of the award. We use this. Okay.
Ah, sure, thank you.
Okay. Is it turned on? Okay. I'll do it.
Yeah. Great.
Would you like me to hold it?
The Scientific Council of the Master Program in Global Governance and Cultural Diplomacy of the University of Siena, in collaboration with the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy, is pleased to award Master Jun Hong Lu as Honorary Visiting Professor of the Master in Global Governance and Cultural Diplomacy, given under the seal of the University of Siena, signed on March 31, 2014, by the rector of the university, and the seal is by the other side.
Okay. Can we present it to him? So if you could present it to him,
Yeah.
and then we just display it the other way around it. Okay. Okay. So for this. So congratulations to the Honorable Master Junhong Lu, and we would welcome you to please give a brief address yourself. So if we could please give a very, very warm congratulations and welcome to the Honorable Master Junhong Lu.
Distinguished guests, and I want to thank University of Siena and ICD for presenting me with such a great honor. I feel very privileged. This award will certainly inspire me to work harder and do everything I can to promote intercultural understanding and world peace. I hope that by means of today's event, more people can better understand the concepts of Buddhism and welcome them with open arms, so that we can be closer to the dream of the more peaceful world. I believe that the source and wisdom from both Buddhism and the traditional Chinese culture can help make our minds pure and change the way we see things, so that we can be more tolerant and more selfless. If we can all let go of our ego, treat everyone with compassion, and apply the methods of the Buddhism in our daily life, then the earth will be filled with the love and the peace. As the Chinese saying goes, if we plant the tree today, our next generation can rest in the shade. I wish that all the religious and the peace-loving people can join together, plant the tree of religion, culture, and peace today. Water the tree and let it grow. One day, when it becomes a tall tree, everyone in the world can be immersed in the light of peace. The power of the religion can be like the sun that shines upon all of us. I will do everything I can to promote intercultural understanding and the unity of all faiths in the world. Through concepts of the Buddhism, in the meantime, I hope that together we can make this world a more peaceful place. Once again, I would like to thank the ICD and Siena University and from all the distinguished guests and the audience. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much to the Honorable Master Junhong Lu, and welcome to the academic community. I think this comes with it a great responsibility as well, and we very much look forward to the opportunities that will come, hopefully for us all, and especially here in Europe and also the United States, to benefit from your teaching, both in the classroom and also beyond. So thank you very, very much to Master Lu. I think this concludes the official parts of the ceremony, but I would suggest maybe that we take a few more official photos before we leave the stage. But before we do so, maybe if we could have one more round of applause and also congratulations for the Honorable Master Junhong Lu. Thank you. Okay. Maybe we can stand. And maybe could you hold the award as well? Master Lu, maybe. Okay. Okay. And maybe one handshake with Professor Vizicella and Master Lu, maybe an official handshake here. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Then look at the camera. Hey, everybody happy.
So look at the big camera on the center. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So thank you very much, Master Lu, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe take a photo with us as well there. Okay. Excellent. Congratulations. Thank you. Great teamwork. Thank you. And we have the tickets also for the Pope for tomorrow. We have 31, so we can bring a number of our followers. I'll coordinate with Dr. Lu. But it's very early. They want us at the Vatican at 7:30. But I'll arrange it with them. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations again. Okay. Thank you.